What's going on, YouTube family? I wanted to make a video today because I had some experiences when trying to buy like cars, used cars, trading cars in, things of that nature. I'm a car guy. I'm passionate about cars. Um, I like cars. Um, and I hate to see people get pretty much taken advantage of when it comes to buying these cars, used cars, trading their cars in, as far as getting a good deal. Ever since the COVID situation happened, the whole car buying experience has been like turned upside down. I remember back in when the Hellcats came out, they was offering power dollars back in like 2016, 17, all that kind of stuff, where you was getting $10 off per like however much horsepower. It wound up being like 7 grand off MSRP, incentives to help you buy the car, things like that. Unfortunately, those days are over. The stuff that I'm seeing now and hearing about are like Ford dealers marking up like Maverick pickup trucks and Ford Broncos. Like, these are not even the kind of cars that's going to appreciate. These are not collector's cars. These are not the cars that you hold on to for 20 years and get triple and quadruple like the money you pay. Like a Grand National, for example, a Buick Grand National 1987. Right now, even with miles on them, they going for like 50 grand. Like, that a Ford Bronco is not, it's not doing that, because that's, the Grand National is a performance car. It's like the 96 Impala SS. I remember, back in like 08, 09, they were cheaper. They was about 6, 7 grand. Now they like selling them for 20 something grand. So it's certain cars that may appreciate. I said may appreciate later on down the line. But what is not right, this is how I feel. The dealers feel differently, obviously, but what I think is not right is you charging me the perceived appreciation on a vehicle based on how you feel, right? So you want to charge me 30,000 markup, market adjustment price on this car because, oh, it's rare. Oh, for example, the GT500s I was looking at. Some dealers sold them for MSRP. I feel like that's fair. And I had to tell that to one salesman. He tried to make it seem like, I'm like, listen, I'll give you MSRP. He's like, oh, well, you want a $30,000 discount. No, don't let these salesmen make you feel bad or make you feel like you're being unreasonable. Your $30,000 markup, me saying I don't want to pay the markup, you're not giving me a discount. You're giving me a fair price. If the MSRP is 85, if I pay you 85, that MSRP is still made so you can make money. You're making money even if I pay MSRP. You trying to make more money because you're saying in your head, oh, this is the last year they're making them, so this car is going to be worth more. The value of this car is, oh man, 20 years from now, you keep this car in mint condition, it's going to be going for 200,000. So you want to charge me your perceived appreciation on the car, which won't happen. You figure the 87 Grand National, now they going for 50 something thousand. 10 years after that, 97 they wasn't, 2007 they probably wasn't. So I'm buying a car to drive it, to have fun with it. I'm not buying a car, to stash it and keep it in mint condition with low miles to resell it later. I'm a car guy. I want to drive the car. And for somebody who has a lot of money and they want to buy cars and then wait till they die and then they son sell it and make like 300,000, I don't know. That's not what I'm into. So if I'm buying a car to drive it, even though it is an investment, because usually the kind of cars that I buy, they don't really depreciate, but so much, like the SRTs, the Shelbys, these are the kind of vehicles, they really hold their value. They may decrease in value, but not much. If you look at the old SRTs, if you look at even the 2006 Jeep SRTs are going for 20 grand with like 100,000 miles. So yeah, they depreciate it, but they stop at some point. They don't really keep going down to really low numbers. Even a 2014 Charger SRT8 still going for 30 something G's. Like, so it's certain cars that, me being a car guy, I like performance cars, and well-made performance cars tend to, American, I would say American muscle performance, like top cars are better when you want to get a trade-in value. Like, German, Mercedes, Beamer, like I've seen them lose 50,000 or more value. Like, the car was 150 grand brand new, and 3 years later it's 90 grand. So that, I feel like with the American muscle cars, it doesn't drop as fast as far as depreciation. But I'm kind of going off. Anyway, the markups I don't agree with. I feel like if your dealership market adjustment, if you have less cars and you're trying to stay afloat, right? Any other job or career or whatever, they will either lay people off, they'll find a way to get around, not having as many cars, whatever like that. I feel like the dealers could have said, okay, you know what? Our salesmen, we want to work from home, all right? We want to make appointments for people to come see the car. You come in to work for your appointment, you get paid for coming in, showing the car, bang bang. Look, unfortunately, we can't keep you here full time. Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's a sad situation. But how many other Americans had to go through the unfortunate situation of their job having to cut costs or lay off? It's a thing. It's a thing. That's why when you get a job, that's one of the things you take into consideration. Is this the kind of job that is not really stable? Like a city job. If you work for the water department for the city, that's a pretty stable job. Like corrections, police, jobs that have electrics, like jobs that have to be here, and the likelihood of people laying people off are not as high. No one would have thought the car salesman would have been in that category, but because of the shortage of parts or the shortage or whatever, we can get into the argument. That all goes back to, I don't know why America is not self-sufficient anyway. Why are we relying on other countries to build our cars? It's an American car, but we need chips from China. Come on. I thought we would be a little bit more self-sufficient here. But anyway, instead of marking your car up to try to keep your same profit numbers with less cars, either lay some people off, go part-time, or like I said, work from home like everybody else is doing, so you don't have a salesman sitting in your shop all day long. And then they can make appointments to come in, still get the commission off the car. Like, there's other ways you can go about it rather than just make it the consumer's problem. Like, we don't have cars, so we're just going to charge the consumers. So you mean to tell me, if you sell me this car at MSRP, you're making money off of it, right? But then you're going to add 30 grand on top of that. So now you're making money plus 30 grand. Where is that 30 grand going to? It's going in y'all pocket. It's going right in the dealership pocket. Like, y'all making money hand over fist. Yeah, it's less cars, but that's not our problem. You gonna make it our fault? You gonna make it our fault that you got less cars and charge us crazy amount of money? You know what I mean? So, it was different than the housing market. The housing market went crazy because the interest rates were so low. That's why people was happy to spend more money, because their monthly payment still was going to be where they wanted it. That's different than the car market. The interest rates was reasonable too, but the dealership was making you pay 30 grand over. In the housing market, people was just paying over. So if people would stop doing that, it would make it better for everyone. The fair prices will have to be there. Imagine if nobody ever paid a markup on any of these cars. Guess what? The dealer would have to sell it at MSRP, because they're going to realize ain't nobody's buying these cars with the markups on them. So we're going to have to sell it at MSRP. All right, now we're going to have to lay somebody off, or we're going to have to do what we had to do. But the people that just have a lot of money and they just want what they want when they want it, they mess the game up for everybody else paying all these markups just because the dealers say pay this markup. Because if nobody would have ever paid a markup, everybody would be buying cars for MSRP right now. Because the dealer would sit on the cars for so long, they'd be like, yo, we got to get rid of this car. We can sell it for MSRP. And when I feel like MSRP is a good deal, that's not even the best deal, because before COVID, you was getting cars, brand new cars for under MSRP. That was the norm. I know I did. You know, I was getting brand new under MSRP. But when you buy a car, right? Because I just saw the reviews from this dealer that I was looking at, and a lot of the reviews say the price of the car online is not their price. When you talk to them, they add like 7, 5, 6, 7 grand in like dealer package. Oh, it's our appearance package, our maintenance package that we did with it. We cleaned it, we laser etched the windows, and we waxed it and polished, and we got low jack. You get low jack for a year. Bro, I don't want none of that. I didn't ask for none of that, right? The thing I'm upset about is you got your car listed online for $83,000, right? 83, that's what you got to list it. That's what caught my attention. That's what made me interested. 83K, your vehicle listed online. I call your dealership and I'm like, hey, what's up? I'm interested in this car, but I noticed a lot of your reviews is saying that y'all charge like this maintenance package deal that ups the price. So now the car is a totally different price. Oh yeah, I'll let the salesman explain it to you, and bang, bang, bang. So when I'm telling them my trade-in, I was like, yeah, I have clear vinyl paint protection, I have this alarm system, the car is making. And then she was like, see, well, you're telling me things that you've done to your car to want to increase the value of your trade. Well, that's the same thing we did. But guess what, though? I'm telling you all this up front. If you had your price reflect that up front, then that would be fair. Still wouldn't be fair that you adding all that stuff on so you can make more money in your pocket. But at least it's fair that you're not, it don't seem like you like swindling me. Like the car is 83. As soon as I go sign a paper, it's 7 grand. Well, where does 7 grand come from? Oh yeah, that's the maintenance packet. Well, if you would have told me about that from the jump street, if you was transparent and had that reflect on your price, I would have never even called you guys. So she tried to call herself being a smart guy. Oh, well, you got clear paint protection. See, that's you trying to get more money for your trade. Yeah, but I'm telling you up front what I have. I'm not telling you something for one hand, and then when we get to the signing table, now I'm trying to get you to change the price because I'm telling you something else. I'm up front. I'm transparent with everything. So long story short, those reviews for that dealer was 100% right. I said, listen, I don't want to go any further until you give me the bottom line price on your car. Online is listed at 83. You guys talking about some maintenance package. How much is that maintenance package on top of that 83 price? Dude told me $7,000. Are you serious? Your car is no longer a good deal anymore. At all. At all. And then that maintenance package don't even include the dealer fees, the document fees, whatever they charge for. So now your car went from like 83 to like 92. That's not a good deal. So people, you gotta be smart. You gotta wake up. Right? And it's not the first dealership that had that. When you call them, oh, if you don't finance with us, it's 2 grand more. No, bro. No, that's not normal. I've bought plenty of cars. If I got my own financing, I don't pay no more money for that. And then if I finance with y'all, right, I'm going to refinance with my bank when I get back home because my bank only finance Tri-State. So I had one dealer was like, oh, well, you got to keep the finance for 1 year or they're going to charge you a penalty. Well, then find me a different bank then because I'm leaving y'all as soon as I get back home and register my car. I'm refinancing with my bank. So don't hit me with that, I got to stay financed with your people for a year or I'm going to get some fee, right? That happened to me one time too because they want the money in their pocket. They want you to get financing through them because they get a kickback off of it. I'm not here to keep y'all in business. I'm here to get the best deal that I want, right? If you're selling me the car for a fair price, that should be enough for you. Stop trying to tap my pockets every month I pay the car now. You know what I'm saying? Like these are the unfair things. So I told the bull, find me another bank then that won't give me the payoff penalty if I've refinanced before the year. And guess what? He was like, oh yeah, we got that off. Oh, so what bank is it? The same bank. Yeah, you gaming, bro. It's the same bank. That probably was never even a thing. You was going to make it a thing just so you can try to get money for a year from me paying it. Now you telling me it's the same bank. Now I can pay it off whenever I want. Like, these are some of the stories like that I want y'all people to hear about because if you don't go in this knowing what you're talking about, you're going to get taken advantage of. You know what I mean? Like, another thing, the tax credit, right? So when you trade your car in for $10,000 and say the car you're buying is $20,000, you pay taxes on the difference from your trade-in versus the car you're buying. So if the car is 20, you get 10 for your trade, you pay taxes on 10K. The dealers will try to make it seem like they're giving you this good. Oh, you're saving like $6,000 on the tax break. My man, y'all not giving me that. That's from the state. That's done already. That's without y'all even negotiating. I'm getting that tax break. So stop trying to make it seem like y'all doing me a favor with the tax break, because y'all not doing nothing for me to get this tax break. Y'all not lowering y'all price. Y'all not giving me money in my pocket. This is automatic from the states. This is pretty much like a law type of thing where you get the tax credit. So don't let them. Oh, you're saving $9,000 on taxes, and now the naive people. Oh wow, saving so much money. Just thank you. They not doing you no favors. You automatically get that. So miss me with that. All right. So I told the bull, like, you want 83, but a 7K packet maintenance package. I said, take all that maintenance stuff off. I don't want it. I don't want low jack. I don't want nothing. If I did want it, I'll buy it myself, and I'm not going to put it into the financing of my car. Not only that, all that stuff you talking about don't even cost $7,000. You just paying, you charging whatever you want so you can put that money in your pocket. You essentially marking the car up, right? But not letting it reflect on your asking price. If you let that markup or whatever you trying to charge reflect on the price of your car when I see it online, at least you're being transparent. I'm not saying you're being fair, because I'm not cool with none of it, but transparency is key. The moment I feel like you trying to hide stuff behind the scenes and you got these hidden fees, and I'm not dealing with you no more because you shady, bro. I don't know how you still in business. This dealership's got like 2 stars on Car Gurus, and everybody's saying the same thing. They added $5,000, $6,000, $7,000. They told me it was $12,000 when I went to go sign a paper, and then it magically jumped to $17,000. Like, what? That's a significant difference. When you buy a car, the doc fee, dealer fee, they got like a non-tax fee. Whatever the fees from the dealer is, I'm cool with it being close to $1,000. That's it. That's it. The price of your car, about around $1,000 area for all your dealer fees, which is, I guess you could say it's normal, but it shouldn't take no $1,000 for you to print some papers and write something up with my name in it that you probably already got a template for, have me sign it, the price, the breakdown, all that. So really, somebody getting paid like $400 or $500 an hour if you think about it, because it don't take that long to type and do all that stuff up. But that's been there. There ain't nothing new. I understand the dealers, you gotta make their money somehow. I'm sure they making money off of that. Charging me $1,000 for the dealer fee, y'all making money off of that, because it don't take no $1,000 worth of effort and time to do what y'all doing. You know what I mean? I got templates probably and all. You know what I mean? It's not rocket science. I don't be in the dealership for 10 hours. Giving you whatever. So when you buy a car, the price of the car, whatever the dealer fees they want to call it, doc fee, non-tax fee, bank, whatever, that should be around $1,000 mark. Then your trade-in, right? And then the taxes for your car, which would be the difference from your trade. If you don't have a trade-in, then you're just going to have to pay the taxes, that's kind of crazy, because people can pay taxes on the same car like 4 times. Like, if I buy a brand new car, I pay taxes. And if I trade it in and somebody else go buy that same car and don't have a trade-in, they paying taxes again on the same car. Like, that's kind of crazy to me. Like, you keep paying taxes on the same item. Like, why ain't no laws against that? The first person pay taxes on it, that should be enough. Or whoever buy it after that shouldn't have to pay taxes on it. It's the same car. It's the same thing. It's been here. It already been taxed. I mean, let's see if the bull Biden or somebody do something like that to help people out. You know what I mean? Like, but anyway, that's kind of the gist of it. It should be the price of your car, about $1,000 a dealer fee, and then your taxes, and then the bottom line price. That's it. If these dealers try to tell you, oh, we got a package deal, red flag, I'm out. That's it. Oh, we got a market adjustment, red flag, I'm out. Because if everybody keeps saying I'm not paying the markup, they're eventually, I don't care if you losing money on the car, like on the GT500 I'm looking at, right? They started it, I think, at like 94. Then they dropped it to 92. And then they dropped it to 89. The boy I'm talking to, I'm like, look, we like $3,000 away from making a deal here. He's like, oh, we can give you this for your car, but we can't come down on the price. No, this is the best we can do. Then he tried to call my bluff, like, if we don't sell the car soon, we just going to send it to another dealer, and they're going to put the price back up to the original 94 or 92. They're going to put it in a different area. That way somebody see it on the showroom floor, you know, then they'll be like an impulse buy. Because me, I look online, I go wherever for the good deal. I just drove 18 hours to Florida to get my car I got now, because I'm going to go where I feel like my money is appreciated, I'm being treated fair, and I'm getting the most bang for my buck. There are dealers out there that will give you a good deal. Don't be scared to search nationwide. Now, I'm probably not going to drive to California, but it could be Georgia, Virginia, like anywhere where they actually got fair practices, because they in the business of selling cars, not turning into a collector shop where you trying to get the most bang, the most dollar for your rare car and all this other tight crap. Like, nah, bro. Like, you know what I mean? You got a Shelby GT500. The MSRP on that car was like around like 80 grand. And you put it up for 94, used, a year old with 2,000 miles. So now you selling a used car for more than the brand new MSRP. The problem is that dealer, I think they said they bought it from an auction. When they bought it from an auction, they had to pay over sticker price for it at the auction. And this all started when the vehicles were first bought. Some of these Mustangs, these Shelby GT500s. Some dealers sold them for MSRP. Some dealers sold them for a markup. So many people paid the markup for the car that the market value now is higher than MSRP. Right? So the consumers made it this way. The consumers made this happen because so many people paid 30, 40 grand over a sticker on the car, and this has been documented. So now it shows when you look at the value of the GT500, the market value on TrueCar, fair deal, bad deal, whatever. Now the market, the reasonable fair value for these cars are way over the sticker price, because so many people done paid over sticker price for it. Right? So all y'all people who pay way over sticker price just to get your car, you messed the market up for these cars now. Because now even a used one with miles now, a fair market value is way above what the MSRP is. So now the one dealer got a brand new one. They marking it up like 30 grand. I'm like, I'll give you MSRP. He's like, oh, MSRP, everybody would be interested in it. Well, yeah, because that's a fair deal. He's like, oh, the owner's going to hold out and wait for the right buyer that really knows what he's getting in it. And I'm like, bruh, all right, well, go ahead and wait. Because I'll tell you one thing. They just came out with a new body Mustang. The moment they announce a flagship Mustang on the new body, whether it be a SVT Cobra, a Shelby, or whatever, nobody's buying your car. Because now your car is old news. The new one is going to be faster. It's going to look better, have more tech, have all that. So you got a 2022 now. It's mid-year 2023. By the time it hit 2024, you selling a 2-year-old brand new car sitting on your lot for 30 grand markup. Like, you're going to miss out on your opportunity to sell the car. Because at some point, nobody's going to buy it. And then you finally drop it to MSRP. See, when a dealer has a new car, they can sell an MSRP and not lose any money because they got it from Ford. So they selling it at MSRP, they're still making money off of it. They just so greedy. They want to say, oh, it's a rare car. It's the last year they made it. I don't care about none of that. What's the MSRP, bro? Seriously. Right? So when a dealer is selling a new car they got from Ford, they're not losing money. This other one, though, that's used that they try to mark up, they could potentially be losing money because when they bought it from an auction, they was playing that whole, this is a rare car. Oh, yeah, I'll buy it from the auction for $88,000. MSRP was $80,000. You paid $88,000 from the auction because the market value got all messed up from everybody paying the markups. So now you forced to pay $88,000 from an auction. Now you trying to sell it and you can't get nobody to buy it for that price because everybody who really wanted those cars bought them when they first came out and they paid the markup because they had to have it now. Now all the people who really wanted these cars, they have them already. So now you're left with the people who would just buy it just like me. Like, I would buy it just to experience it, just to have fun. But I'm not that hardcore about the car that I'm going to pay 30 grand over a sticker. Like, that's what you doing, dude. Get out of here. I'm not going to, you know what I mean? So that's why these cars are sitting. They dropped the price on that Mustang like 5 times already because they're getting desperate. Look, Tori, you don't have no clothes on, girl. What are you doing? Go put some clothes on. You want to get in the video. I don't want you, man, showing your Sierra goodies. What's going on? And what was that? Yeah, so, you know what I mean? So, that's why these cars are sitting. They dropped the price on that Mustang like 5 times already because they're getting desperate. Look, go put some clothes on. You want to get in the video. I don't want you, man, showing your Sierra goodies. What's going on? And what was that? Yeah, so, they're like, oh, they're already losing money on it. That's not my problem. That's not my fault. You should never paid over for it in the first place. You was playing that game, and now you playing the game. It's a slippery slope now. If you can't find nobody that want to agree with you, like, oh yeah, it's collectors, it's rare, I'll pay you the money. Nah, bro. I got a 21 Charger Red Eye, right? Put this into perspective. Wide body. These dealers so hype about these GT500s, talking about they're so rare and they're not making them anymore. Bang, bang, bang. Guess what? They're not making my car anymore either. Right? The Mustang, they're still making. They just came out with a new body style. The Charger, they're no longer making, period. Right? The Charger Red Eye was out for 3 years. 21, 22, 23. The GT500 was out for 3 years. 20, 21, 22. But the Mustang has a new body that just came out. The Charger does not. That's officially done. Right now, you can find Charger Red Eyes on sale for lower than MSRP. Used ones for under MSRP. Right? Or right around MSRP or a little bit lower. Right? So that's a fair deal. That's how I got my car. A fair deal. I got my car for a good deal. And I got a good deal on my trade or whatever like that. Right now, if you look on TrueCar, nationwide, Shelby GT500s, right? They want to say it's a rare car, right? Nationwide, Shelby GT500. It's 130. It's like 137 Shelby GT500s from year 2020 to 2022. It's 137 of them for sale nationwide, right? Now the Charger Red Eye wide body nationwide used cars is 39. 39 of them for sale nationwide. So which car would you say is more rare? It's what? 4, 8, 12. It's over 3 times more Shelby GT500s out here on the used market just sitting in lots than there are Red Eyes. And the Red Eye, they don't have a new body of the Charger coming out. Right? So I'm putting it into perspective. Like, you want to keep talking about your car rare, you marking your car up. If anything, my car is more rare. But you want to offer me this crazy number on my trade-in, though? Like, what? You want this crazy inflated number for your car, but when it comes time to pay me for my car, you want to act like my car all normal and it's common and they're out here and, oh, I can buy it for this at the auction. All right, well, listen. Have that same energy when you come to give me a value for my trade-in. And it's crazy, that same dealer that tried to say we got $7K in dealer maintenance packages offer me $6,000 less for my trade-in than every other dealer that I was just talking to during the same week. It's not adding up. Why? How are y'all still in business? I really don't know. How y'all still in business? So, yeah, man, like, I'm just trying to educate people, man, because it's unfortunate that you really got to know what you're doing out here when you're buying these cars, because they'll try to make it seem like you're getting a good deal, and you really crunch the numbers. Like, I mean, the other dealer was like, all right, here's our breakdown. The cost of the car, it's about $800 in dock fees. It's about $150 in non-tax fees. And this is the value of your trade. And this is the total number. That's it. That's it. There ain't no maintenance, low jack, paint protect, Nah, I don't want none of that. Take that off. Take it back off. I don't want it. I told him, if you can't take that off, then I'm no longer interested. The consumer has the power, man. That's what I'm trying. Like, if people would stop doing this, stop paying these markups, you would have made the car market would have been better for everybody. Because now the dealers are at our mercy now. I mean, the fact that 4 dealers is marking up Broncos and Mavericks. Mavericks is a teeny behind pickup. Just because it's a new car that just came out, they want to mark it up. Like, it makes no sense to me. Now I see why they had a video of Ford talking about cutting the dealers out, cutting the middleman out, and just selling straight to the people from like online and stuff like that. And if the dealer wound up getting shut down, that's their fault. They did it to themselves by being greedy. And Ford got tired of it because they couldn't stop them. Same thing with all these cars. There's some dogs, people that do it. It's people, you know what I mean? But I pay a markup for this car, or I can get a Benz that depreciated $50,000 over 3 years for the same price, and I'm getting a $150,000 car for $90,000 instead of a $80,000 car for $90,000. That's, yeah, it might be a little bit more on maintenance, whatever. You got to make sure you got a warranty for it and everything. But before I overpay on your cheaper car, I'd rather pay the regular price on this way more expensive car that just depreciated. the first 3 years is gonna be it's the biggest depreciation. Bam, that gets put it in the same price category now. Like, you know what I mean? And then you get way more, you know what I mean, with the Benz. Ambient lighting, you get all this stuff. You know what I mean? The Shelby is nice and everything, but yeah, I'm just letting people know what's going on out here.